Can I get a yeah? Yo, back to rain check, and I wanted to talk a little bit of Battlefield, and maybe some other things as well. Battlefield-wise, playing Rush because they just released the second weekend for the beta, or the second week of the beta, whatever you want to call it. It started on Thursday, yesterday, and they dropped Rush and some other stuff too. Mainly the Rush has been the conversation point. And maybe I'm just disconnected. And again, admittedly, I haven't played Battlefield hardcore like that. And I hadn't played Rush for real. Yeah, I played a little bit in 2042. But I hadn't played it for real since Battlefield 4. I played Rush yesterday. And I enjoyed myself, man. I'm planning on jumping in more today as well, getting a few more rounds in. You know, I want to hit that 1,000 for the revives, getting the homies back up. I'm out there in the field, get my medic game. But nonetheless, I hear people complain about Rush and saying, hey, you know, the spawns is off, the objectives are off, and people just having an unfun time with it, right? Which is, you know, to each their own. Now, the thing is, though, apparently I'm the outlier because I haven't had a general issue with Rush as a game mode, and to me, it feels like what I remember of Rush. Now, again, maybe I'm just disconnected out of it, and I'm not saying that it does not have its issues. One, it being 12v12, I think that that's not enough people. I think they need to up it to like 16v16, maybe even do, well, fuck 16, 18v18, or maybe even a 24v24. Now, it could just be map dependent more than anything, and it could just scale based on whatever map that you're playing on. But that was probably my main takeaway. It was just like, I feel like there's not enough people. The other thing, too, is that there were some moments where I was pushing or a teammate was pushing and into the enemies, and you would get enemies that would spawn in front of you, right? Going from objective to objective or whichever the case, right? Or going into the new area, whatever the case. That was just like, for whatever reason, the spawn detection wasn't taking in count where people were, right? Seemingly. The other thing, too, that I'll throw on there as far as something that it's just been bothering me about Battlefield is the whole closed and open class thing. Me, I'm a closed class dude. Classic Battlefield, somebody coined that, and I mean, I say that they coined it, but it's like, damn, it's kind of like common sense that you would call it classic Battlefield when you have the weapons to certain classes and gadgets to certain classes. That is something that I do think that the way that it's currently being looked at is ass backwards. I think that the open classes should be the additional option versus kind of come across like it's the main option, right? Like it is the way that they would prefer for Battlefield to launch. I think that is a mistake, and I only say that because the classic Battlefield or closed weapon options seem to be kind of off screen or seem to be not a focus, right? Like it's treated like the additional modes. And for everything that they're doing, the feeling of Battlefield 3, the feelings of Battlefield 4, and you getting back to those classical feels, it's like you're eliminating one thing, or not even eliminating it, because you're saying, oh, it's an option. But all the new game modes and stuff, like if you want to use their custom, because they don't have the server browser, but it's the custom search essentially. It's kind of like COD. You know, you get into Call of Duty, you do the quick play playlist, and you can kind of choose what you want in quick play. So if you want to do some downs, some team Ds, some hard point, whatever you want in there, you can check off what you want and what you don't want. It's essentially like that. And if you choose to do it that way, the only option that you have in the beta is for open weapons. Now, to me, that tells me that you're not considering it closed weapons or classic Battlefield as your main game modes when you do it that way. Because if it was what you were considering the main, then it would be there as not just an option, but the main way to play. You would have said, oh, you know, the open stuff, if you want to play it that way, you can do it when the full game releases. With that taken into consideration, Battlefield still has some stuff to work on, right? Again, to me though, I do still feel like I'm in the outlier because I'm having a phenomenal time. Now, whether Rush is where it's supposed to be or not, I don't know. Right now, I played probably about 5 or 6 matches of Rush on Live a Split Screen. A lot to check out. People can get how I'm feeling moment to moment. I didn't get that, oh, well, damn, they really missed the mark with this. I didn't get that feeling. So, I don't know, man. Maybe this is where I'll wrap up the video here. I'm trying to not make all my videos super long, all of them be 10 minutes, because apparently I could just talk through this as well. Live a Split Screen. We have 4-hour podcasts because me and my brother Pong can talk about whatever topic and not repeat the same things over and over again, just kind of hit it from different angles to try to give people perspectives. And I noticed that I can do that in regular conversation as well. But nonetheless, I'll end it here. It's another conversation that I'll get into. Maybe I'll drop another video because some people have made some good videos too. And I've been trying to work on that, maybe following up with other people's videos, doing some commentary and stuff like that, and delivering my opinion. But nonetheless, man, I'll leave it at that. Shout out to Battlefield 6, though. I'm still excited for it. Still top echelon for me. I'm going to be playing Battlefield 6 versus COD this year. Guaranteed. Black Ops 7 is not even on the list for me right now. And also to hear that Black Ops 7 is introducing a campaign story. Mind you, I'll say this. It doesn't bother me. I think it's dope. I think it's cool. But apparently, in the campaign, in the last mission, they're going to introduce you to Battle Royale. Hey, God, if that's what you want to do, I hear you. But you know what y'all really need to do? Y'all don't need to be a yearly release. Take that shit off the table. COD needs to come out every other year, if not every third year. But with that being said, still out. Follow me everywhere. That T is a 7, baby. Much love.